quick statement from Coach Brent Brennan, and then please raise your hand. We'll bring a mic over to you to ask questions.
What a night for our seniors and for our football team and this program. Just amazing. I'm so grateful for that senior class, the guys that stuck with us and battled day in and day out. What a great group of young people, and we're going to miss them because they've just been great players and great leaders and helped us battle through this struggle of getting our football team and our program on track. We have tremendous respect for Coach Tedford and Fresno. Obviously, you know, they've been a really good team since I got in this conference, and just those games are always like that, those rivalry games. You look across the country today, everyone is nuts. They're all crazy, and you know, I was so excited because I felt like, you know, somewhere there in the second quarter, our defense found themselves, and they were lights out, lights out. You know, 1 for 12 on third down. The fourth down stop on the goal line was outstanding. It's just really exciting to see, and I think it gives us a real, you know, kind of head start or acceleration into recruiting and into the offseason and into continuing to build a championship program at San Jose State. So, awesome. Let's go.
Okay, questions?
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
You mentioned the defensive effort. You guys gave up 2 quick touchdowns in the first quarter. And you guys got a lot of offensive points from Fresno State the rest of the game.
Right.
103 yards in the second half.
Right.
What goes into that kind of performance?
You know, I think at halftime we just talked about them believing in each other and fighting for each other, you know, and, you know, really just all season one of the things we talked about was just like we just need to play good football. We need to block. We need to tackle, you know, just do the stuff that you got to do to win games. And I felt like we tackled way better in the second half, or midway through the second quarter that started to turn, and then the second half, and then, you know, we give up a big punt return and our defense stops them. And, you know, there's just a lot of really great moments for our defense out there. And led by, you know, those seniors like Silosi and Osuna and, you know, Ethan Aguayo. You know, it's just awesome to see Christian Webb, like just those guys have a night like that against that team. It was just special.
Coach, obviously, Josh Love here for 5 years, with you for 3. His last game tonight, played well despite the conditions not really favoring the passing game. What can you say about his leadership and just his role on this team and how much you guys are going to miss him going forward?
I can't say enough about that kid. Like, he is everything that you want in a college football player, really, because when it got hard, he didn't stop working. He worked harder, right? When he got hurt, or when we switched him out at quarterback because he had a bad game, he just kept working and kept improving. And every year of his career, he made a significant jump as a player because of the time and effort he put into it. The other part of him that's really grown is that leadership piece. And he's the guy that, you know, consistently was the one keeping our team level, you know, at Arkansas or at Army, even at halftime of this game, just, you know, kind of refocusing the team, getting us to settle down and play. But what a great young person. I'm sure you're going to have him in here in a minute, but I love Josh Love. I'm going to miss him, and I'm so grateful for the good work that Gundy and Coach McGivern did with him and that, you know, he put into our team.
Yes, Coach, I hope your throat's feeling well, but well, more than anything, adversity was a major theme in tonight's game, and it especially became apparent after Kyle Hoppy, starting center, went down with
Right.
an injury, and I could saw he was in crutches for the rest of the game. I hope he feels better soon. So after Kyle went down, it seemed that the offensive line was struggling all the way until the final drive. So talk about how offensive LOL struggles to do pass protection and run blocking until the final drive and what that seemed for us.
Well, I think that's not exactly true because we had a really nice drive, you know, there, you know, before Hoppy went down, where we went down the field and scored, running the football. So, but definitely there was some moments there where Jesse Chamberlain was getting the feel of the game. He hasn't played much, and that's one of the things we've been fortunate this year is we've only played 5, sometimes 6 offensive linemen, so we've been pretty healthy. And so Jesse hasn't played very much. And so because of that, and because we played in so many games, it's not like we're down a lot or up a lot where you play more people and they get experience. One of the hardest positions to play in football is center, because you've got a 320-pound dude that wants to kill you lined up right across your face. And you also have to direct traffic and the protection. And the best part about it was that he got some really good reps in there. And when it mattered, he played his best football to help us win.
Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
There were a lot of good moments I'm sure you're going to remember after the game ended there. Is there a particular moment or someone in particular that you embraced that was extra meaningful to you there?
I mean, I hugged everybody, but I would say the embrace with our athletics director on the field after the game was special to me because she's been in it with us more than anybody. And there's no way we get this thing back on track without good leadership from our athletic director and from our president. And Marie Tuitt has been outstanding for us. And so I'm very grateful for that. And she's been there on the really tough days, and she's been there on the really good days. And for it to end that way and for us to beat Fresno State, which is such an important game here, and it's such an important game with our football alums. I'm getting emails or text messages all week, you know, from 60-year-old dudes that are like, I hope you know how important this game is. I'm like, yeah, I got it, buddy, you know. But so that was awesome. You know, my kids got on the field. That was magical. And then, you know, I hugged Josh 15 times because I'm just so grateful for him. But all year I've said that I've really enjoyed coaching this team. I love this football team. And they're fun to coach. They have been fun to coach. Even though we didn't win as many games as we wanted to, they're fun to coach. And that part is exciting because even though we didn't win them all, even when we didn't win, they stayed together. And our coaches stayed together. And we kept working, trying to find a way. And then for it to finish like this, you know, and we know who we are. We know we want to let Josh throw for 450 yards. And then I'm looking at the weather report all week, and it's 30 to 42 mile an hour gusts of winds on Saturday from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And I'm like, ooh, this is going to be interesting. But then we were able to run the ball, and then he threw strikes in a serious headwind. And so it was just an awesome night. God, how much fun was that? Well, come on, what do you got? Let's go.
Coach, you mentioned those strikes from Josh Love. One of them was probably the biggest play of the game, almost 30-yard pass to Trey Walker,
Yep.
39. Can you walk us through what you saw in that play and how instrumental that was in that final drive?
You know, one of the things with quarterbacks and receivers, you know, me having been an offensive coach my whole career and been a wideout guy, there's a certain amount of chemistry between your guy throwing it and the group of guys catching it. And the best way to develop that is on July 10th when no one's here and they go out and throw by themselves. And that's when that timing and that chemistry gets fine-tuned. And, I mean, how many times have you seen Trey make that play this year? 10, right? Like, those are hard plays to make. But he can accelerate to the ball. He can play the ball off his feet. He can play the ball with someone in tight coverage. You know, I'm so proud of Trey's development. And, you know, for Josh to have that confidence in Trey, like, I'm putting this thing up and he's going to make it. And he did, because that's what kind of chemistry they built. That's what I mean, there's thousands of throws there between you and him over the last 3 years. Thousands, you know. And so when you hit him, it feels pretty good. Yes.
Speaking of the seniors, it wasn't just Josh Love who helped rally his team back, but other seniors who made big plays tonight. Dejon Packer to final 38 rushing yards to the end zone. Zamora Ziegler had a crucial tackle for loss on that third down. Ethan Wild called game that pass breakup. What does it say when you have multiple seniors making big plays like that, when making big plays like that in a season like this?
Well, I think, you know, one of the goals of every football coach and every football program is that your seniors play their best football as seniors so that they continue to grow and develop as players. And like Ethan Aguayo has been an outstanding player his whole time here, right? And, you know, he's kind of a silent leader. I'm always trying to push him to speak up more. But he's a great young man, and he plays so hard, and it's so important to him. And so to see him make that play, Zig's play was amazing because Zig was beating himself up because he gave up a deep ball at the end of UNLV. So he was feeling that all week, you know. And I was trying to explain to him, like, hey, when we lose a game, everybody has a piece of it. So that's why football is the best team game ever designed. And to see him come underneath that receiver block and make that tackle, huge, just awesome. And also to tackle a guy that's hard to tackle. So really excited for Ziegler.
All right, we got one more for Coach, and then we'll get Josh up.
Coach, we saw the team celebrating on the field after the game, raising the Valley Trophy. Can you take us through post-game locker room scene? We heard it through the wall.
Yeah, it was. I think there's probably a cleanup that needs to be done in there, because guys are just throwing water everywhere, and they dumped the Gatorade on me, and it's so good to see that joy on their faces after the 3 weeks of just crushing losses that were so close and so hard fought. And so just to see them get to feel that, they all know what that means for the senior class and how special that is for them to beat Fresno State and for those seniors to go out that way. And then for us as a program, the young guys know the importance of that rivalry, the importance of winning our last game, and what that means for our process going forward, right? How that impacts us in recruiting, how that impacts us in the off season. You know, when guys go home at Christmas, guys are going to work out. They're going to come back in shape and ready to get stronger and faster. It just accelerates everything because that feeling just permeates the whole program. So it's a great ending to a great night, and I could not be more fired up. And what are we doing over there? Thank you all for being here, and you're going to talk to two of our captains, two of the best kids I've ever been around. Spartan up.
All right, we'll take questions straight away for Josh.
Josh, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
on that victory. Battling the elements all night. You find a way to connect with Trey in that final drive.
Yeah.
That 30-yard catch to kind of sustain that drive. And obviously, ends in a touchdown. Can you take us through that play and what you saw and how it felt?
It's just like we've ran that play a lot this year, and saw the coverage, saw the one-on-one matchup, and they have a young guy out there, and I think obviously Trey's made play this year, and he's a hell of a player, and I trusted him to make plays, and he did, and he came through for us, and we got down there, and the O-line was pushing and got packed in the end zone, and then Ethan made an unbelievable play at the end to get us the victory.
Josh, obviously your fifth year here, didn't get a lot of playing time till last year, and now last year. First year starting every game, and had one of the best seasons in Spartan history. Take us through this journey you've had and what this means to you, what it means to this program going forward.
Was definitely filled with ups and downs, and came in as a walk-on and had to prove myself, and came in with a chip on my shoulder, and got a scholarship, went from there, and attacked getting the starting job, and I've had ups and downs with that, and kept pushing, kept putting my head down and working, and I believe God has a plan, and we're here now, and I'm happy we finished this season strong like this. I love all those guys in that room, and I love this coaching staff and this organization. I think like Brendan was saying, with all those guys, but just the chemistry we have and the work we put in the off season, like we're out here, player run practices. That's the thing that changed the season. The player-led leadership was unbelievable, and we just made a huge move in the off season, getting stuff done without them here, on our own, and just pushing the guys, and just striving for excellence. You can't put in too much work, and hard work. I really believe hard work works. We finished 5-7. It's a big jump from last year. We didn't get to our goal of going to a bowl game, but I'm excited for the future of this program.
Josh, first I gotta say, congrats on your career here at San Jose.
Thank you.
Process of getting that last game-winning drive was a really long one. I could tell
Right.
that, especially after Ohio went down and he was on crutches
Mhm.
for the rest of the game. That it seemed that you were struggling to get good passes off, and there was a near disastrous strips, and I'm not sure if it was before or after you went down. So talk about the defensive pressure that Fresno State has apparently been putting on all throughout the second half.
I think Fresno and Tedford had a great game plan coming in, and we expect the best of everybody, and I expect the best of our guys. But we just fall back on our training and continue to push when things don't go right. Kyle got banged up, but Jesse stepped in and played a hell of a game, and the rest of the line played a hell of a game. When it mattered most, and I'm proud of those guys in that room, and I'll love them forever.
Josh, we spoke back when you were in high school. You were
Right.
waiting for an opportunity from Fresno State. Can you just describe the journey and for it to end this way, beating them in a rivalry game?
I mean, I remember that phone call. That's kind of funny. I mean, like I was saying, like just coming in with a chip on my shoulder and wanting to prove everybody wrong, even wanting to prove people here wrong. I came in as a walk-on, and no one expected anything of me, and I just put my head down and worked, and just kept striving and just believing God's plan, and I'm just really blessed that we finished this way.
One more for Josh, and we'll get the Ethan up.
We all heard the post-game locker room scene through these walls, and Coach Brennan talked about you guys need to clean up room. Can you take us through what that was like and just how much it means?
The locker room? Yeah.
And how much it means just like at the end of your season, the one final victory.
I mean, it means everything. I can't imagine how I feel right now if we lost this game, but that's not the case. And I'm just honored and blessed to be here and to play with these guys and to walk off as a victor. And I this is a day I'll remember for the rest of my life. Appreciate it.
All right, questions for Ethan?
Ethan, really big pass breakup to end this game.
Mhm.
Can you walk us through what you saw on the play and how you made final PBU?
I think it was a timeout or something like that right before, and Coach Whitehead came up to me and just said, in breaking routes at the sticks. So I had that in the back of my mind. So I was a pass, did my normal drop like we do every single day, just made the play.
Ethan, you've been through some ups and downs with this team. Had some big wins even this year against Arkansas. Where does this one rank in your career?
Man. Like you said, we've been through a lot these past couple of years. And I remember last time they came in here, they took our Valley Trophy. And to end it like we did tonight, I couldn't imagine a better ending. A dogfight to the very end.
You guys held Fresno State to 0 for the last 11 third down conversions. What goes into stepping up later on?
We knew in the first quarter we weren't playing the way we know we can. So we all came together. We knew how we could play, and we started tightening up a little bit, stick to our gaps. We knew Ronnie is a good back. He's going to be patient and wait for us to pop out of our gap. And we stuck to our plan. And everybody just kind of played hard for the whole rest of that second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, because we knew we slipped up in the first quarter. So it was huge for all of us just to step up, and it was a full team effort, full defensive effort.
And Ethan, this is more of a comment about your final pass breakup that basically called game, but I'm not exactly sure if you were aware of a similar play in San Jose State football history by another player who wore number 31. It was back in 2013 where San Jose State ruined Fresno State's perfect season.
Right.
And one of the biggest plays there was San Jose State was up 59-44. I think that, in fact, that play was even playing on the video board during a timeout.
Mm-hmm.
Keith Smith, who's now with the Atlanta Falcons, got an interception. I'm wondering if you were aware of that play in San Jose State football history.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that around. When we play Fresno State, we kind of have the games going on around the facility just to let everybody know that this one means something to us. San Jose State, Fresno State, this is a big rivalry. So I've definitely seen that play before. He's a great player, and obviously you can tell by him being in the league and doing what he does best.
Given the background you just provided, what were the moments like after the clock ticked away and you got to run and take that trophy?
That was just such a great feeling. I couldn't imagine ending my career any other way. I'm proud of everybody here, the coaching staff, the players. Obviously, the last couple weeks didn't go the way we wanted to, but we fought to the very end. And I think this win is going to catapult us them into the next season.
Being around this team, it's pretty obvious how much you guys love Coach Brennan. He's had a rough go of it his first 2 years, but this year, obviously, improved immensely. What does he bring to this team and this program, and how much does the success, how proud are you of your coach?
I love Coach Brennan. We all do. He's somebody that you want to fight for him when you're on the field. He loves us, and you feel that when you come into this building. It's not – he'll say hi to you every time you walk by him. He'll just chat it up with you. So he's more than just a coach. He's someone who wants us to after football, obviously we got the Beyond Football program. He's got that set up for us, so obviously he cares about us if he's got that program. And I'm just super thankful for him coming in. Obviously the first couple years weren't the way we wanted it to go, but to end it like this for my career, I couldn't thank him anymore.
You kind of mentioned it a little bit, what does it mean to kind of, like I said, get this win for Coach Brennan, last game of the season? Can you take us through what it was like in the post-game locker room?
Yeah, we'd be talking about it the whole week. We don't want to have that feeling that we had the past couple of weeks where it was the last couple minutes where we just kind of let up. We had that feeling left in us, and we're all just happy to have that trophy back at San Jose.
Anything else for Ethan? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ethan.
Dejan Pack will be our last player here in a minute.
How y'all doing?
All right, we will take questions for Dejan right away.
Game-winning touchdown tonight.
Yes, sir.
What goes through your mind when you're breaking that goal line to put this team up or tie the game? And obviously, the PAT put you guys ahead.
Man, just doing it for the senior class, man, and just this whole team. Knowing what we went through, I knew I didn't want to go down, and I knew I wanted to get in that end zone just because we needed to finish off the right way. We've been through too much. We worked too hard, and that was the way that it was supposed to end.
John, you come here in 2017, just like Brennan and Coach Carter. What is your relationship like with them, and how happy are you for them to be able to get this win and improve this program like what you guys have this year?
My relationship with Brennan and Carter is great. Those dudes that have helped me a lot along the way, just with support mentally and just with things that go on in my life, and also with blessed me with a scholarship that has changed my life as well. So being able to do that with them and being able to progress the way we have with them has been great. And I wouldn't want no other way with no other coaching staff, and those dudes are great guys, and they supported me along this whole ride.
So, firstly, John, congratulations on finishing your senior.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Going your way. And that being said, your journey to San Jose State, you started as a walk-on, and then you later earned a scholarship, and from there, you this season you've made not one but two clutch game-winning touchdowns. First at Arkansas, and then against Fresno State. I'm sure that has to be a really good rising from walk-on to making two big plays for your team this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely feels good just knowing from where I started from, coming in as a walk-on unknown with no scholarship. It just had a big chip on my shoulder. So coming in as a walk-on and earning a scholarship, it just continue to hold that chip on my shoulder, and I just wanted to finish that game off for my team the right way. From all the way back to Arkansas to even now, I do it for the guys next to me. We go to war every week, in and out. Those guys work their butts off every week, and it was just natural in me just to finish that the right way again.
team's rushing game has struggled this year.
Mhm.
How gratifying is it that this final game-winning drive, ended with two lengthy runs by you and Outstanding in the end zone?
It feels really good knowing that we were able to do it that way. We know that there's been up and downs with the run game this year, but we knew what we had. We knew the potential that we could reach. We just couldn't get it to gel the way that we wanted, and at times it did, and especially tonight. But it just feels really good. We knew that we could do that all along. It was just the fact of just being able to gel together throughout the season, and tonight it definitely paid off.
Statistically, these last three games have been your best games of the season. Talk about gelling. How much of like a fire was there when obviously the numbers weren't great at the beginning of the season for the team rushing on the ground and total. You mentioned a chip on your shoulder. Like how much did that bother you and make you grind to improve on the ground as a team?
I mean, of course, in my last year, I want to go out rushing 100 yards each game, but I knew it just wasn't there in the game plan, and being able to implement that in the last couple of games, it felt really good, and I knew if the coaches were able to believe in me and able to give me the ball, I knew I would make sure that it would pay off for them. So these last 3 games, it's as much as I've been in, I've just been trying to make every play count, every run count, and I just thank the coaches for believing in me and giving me that opportunity to make the production that I've made.
And Dijon, this is a similar question I asked Josh earlier because it seemed that the offense was struggling all night until that final drive. And one thing I noticed about the run game, especially after Kyle went down with the injury, was that Fresno State was putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback and was also stopping every short yardage. And you even got stopped on a couple of fourth ones. So talk about how those 2 fourth down plays unfolded and how you kept your kept positive and kept your mind still on the wing and ultimately delivering on the final 38 yards tonight.
And we knew on 4th down plays, sometimes things just don't work out the way that they're supposed to. Guy blitzed the gap and got through pretty freely. But one thing that the coaching staff tells us is to continue to stay on pace and fall back on our training. So to continue to hit the right guys, make the right reads, no matter what happens the play before, is what kept us believing. And we knew just because we had a slow first half, we knew what the potential we had, we knew what we could do. So staying the course and trusting the game plan, trusting the coaches, the play calls and everything, and trusting each other played a big part coming out in the second half because we know what we could do. We know how many points we could put up and how efficient of an offense that we could be. So staying the course and believing in each other through that second half is something that we've done a lot this season, and it definitely paid off again tonight.
More question here?
As Ethan McGuire put it, this team has been through a lot over the last few years.
Yeah.
Just considering all of that, how important was it to you to finish your career at San Jose State with this kind of victory, especially over a team that's a rival, as they've been over the course of history?
Yeah, definitely. Just like Ethan said, man, we've been through so much these past 3 years. I've been here, been through ups and downs, man. The seasons haven't went the way that we wanted to, but we stayed the course, and the guys that have stuck it out, those are my brothers for life, man. And we go to work every day, day in and day out, and just continue to grind, and finishing the season off and my career off the way that we did tonight. I couldn't have asked for it any other way. Being able to get this Valley Trophy back for the seniors, not just for the seniors, but the whole team and the coaching staff, we deserved it. We worked very hard, day in and day out, just to get this, and it's very satisfying that we were able to do this. And definitely, we're not done. This team's not done. Even though the seniors are going to be done leaving now, that team next year is going to be a very strong and efficient team as well. And I can't wait to see what they're going to do.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, guys.